Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Girls Camp Podcast. I'm your host, Hayley.
Actually, this is DIY House Call with Kylie Katich.
Oh, you're right. This is your show.
I'm Kylie Katich. I renovate real spaces for real people. In each episode, I give one of my friends' rooms a DIY makeover. And today, I'm back at my best friend Hayley's house
To turn her guest bedroom into a much-needed podcast studio and office.
Hayley and I met in our adult life, and I never thought I'd make such a good friend this late in life, but here we are.
Get in, losers. We're doing home renovation.
Before we get into seeing the room, I want you guys to meet Hayley. I thought you could start by telling us a little bit about how we met and became friends.
Yes, of course. So Kylie and I had a lot of mutual friends, but we didn't become close until we were both pregnant at the same time. And then we ended up having our babies. I had twin girls. She had her daughter within a week of each other. So once we had our children, then we started hanging out even more and getting the kids together too. And yeah, we became best friends, and the kids became best friends, and our husbands became best friends too.
I was going to say, and the whole family.
Everyone's best friends.
And I want to hear more about Girls Camp Podcast and the space that we're going to be creating for your show.
Yes. I'm so excited. So Girls Camp Podcast is something I started about 8 months postpartum. And I was realizing I was talking a lot with a lot of people about my experience leaving the Mormon church and realizing a lot of other people were in a very similar boat. And I decided to start a podcast and talk about it. And now that podcast has kind of evolved from faith deconstruction more into talking about spiritual reconstruction and what happens after you leave organized religion.
Beautiful. And you're the coolest, best interviewer of all time.
Thank you so much. You're doing a good job.
I'm sweating. Asking her questions is like,
you're stealing my job.
I know, and I'm not good at it. I'm like, and tell me this. You're so natural at interviewing people.
That's so
and you
nice.
always make people, even off camera, one of my favorite things about Hayley is she's so good about making anyone in the room feel so loved and adored and understood. I feel like she has a secret gift of always finding like the wallflower of the party or the situation and just making them feel so loved and welcome and understood. Maybe that's why we became best friends.
Honestly, I was going to say I feel that truly that I'm like ditto. Same to you.
No. I'm saying I'm the wallflower freak that you make feel really good.
And you've come on Girls Camp before. You've been on my podcast.
I have.
Which is really fun. So this feels like very full circle.
It does. And it feels so cool that I've been able, to be a part of your journey and now this.
Yeah.
And I love that our families are best friends. I want to hear more about your family when you bought this house, all of those things.
Yes, of course. So I am coming up on my 10-year anniversary of marriage, which is insane, 10 years. And my husband, Bentley, and I, we went through some infertility struggles. So I tried to get pregnant for a few years. We ended up doing IVF, which turned out to be a good thing in retrospect because we were able to get our twin daughters who are turning 4 soon, which is so crazy. This has been our family home. So it feels really special to be investing more into this house that is so meaningful to us.
So special. In fact, I just peeked into the girls' room and it's the first time I saw their big girl beds. The last time I was here, they had their little cribs that they would just jump in with each other, and now they're in big girl beds. And it's so fun to think about how, they're going to be able to have so many memories that live in this house.
They actually have been asking me about, they're like, because we've been clearing out the guest bedroom. They're like, Mom, what's going on in there? And I was like, Kylie's gonna come do something to our house, but it's gonna be Mom's space. They actually told me to tell you. They were like, we like running around in there when it's empty, so tell Kylie not to do anything yet.
Can she not come?
Like, sorry, Mommy needs her office.
Honestly, tell them I'm so sorry. I know how disappointed they're gonna be when they go in there today.
But I think it's gonna be cool enough that they will. I think they'll be excited about it. We bought this home as a new build, so it is very much a blank slate, which has been really exciting, but I also think it's been challenging in its own way because being a brand new house, there's like not as much character, I feel like. So we've figured some things out. We actually had our guest bathroom renovated by Kylie, and it's my favorite room in the house. So I like hang out extra time in the guest bathroom. So I'm excited to have a better place to hang out that you also have your touch on. But yeah, it's been a journey of kind of figuring out our design aesthetic, my design aesthetic, the design aesthetic I share with my husband. We've really kind of figured that out here in this home.
I feel like that is a common pain point for so many homeowners that have a builder grade home, is being able to find their own aesthetic and to make it feel different than everyone else's home. And I'm really excited to be able to do that in another room. And I want to hear more about the room we're going to be working on today.
Yes. So I currently film my podcast here on this couch, which is difficult because this is our living room. So in order to record the podcast, I have to make sure everyone leaves, the family can't be here. I'm always having to clean up toys and food and all of the things. So I'm really excited to have more of a podcast studio that I can actually shut the door, that it's separated from the rest of the house. I feel like it'll be really helpful logistically, but also just to kind of compartmentalize and be like, this is my space. I also don't have an office of any sort. Oftentimes I'm working on my laptop when I'm editing in my bed. And so having kind of a hybrid office situation will be so helpful for me, because similar to having that like compartmentalization, I feel like it'll be a place I can go and just focus on work and say, please don't come in, mommy's working, and shut the door. And I think that's going to be so much better for my workflow.
All right, I'm excited. Let's go see the space.
Let's go.
All right. Is this the room?
This is the room.
It's so perfect.
We've got ourselves a really blank slate, as you can tell with this room.
That's the best way to start.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about what you're envisioning.
I'm so excited because this has been kind of a dead space. We have just thrown like things we don't have anywhere else to put them in this room. So it hasn't been functional at all. And I need a space to work so badly.
Yes.
And I would love a space that's just my own, a space I can come work, do the podcast, shut the door, because right now I'm doing it where there is no door to shut. So yeah, just a space to be creative and to get some work done.
I love that. A place to retreat that's just yours.
Yes.
And that feels like you and is a place you can go. I'm so glad you'll have a space where you can shut the door, especially podcasting. You're gonna need that sound barrier. And speaking of podcast, I want this room to be an extension of you, but also your brand and Girls Camp. What are some things that you feel like are important for this space to make it feel like Girls Camp?
Yeah, great question. I feel like Girls Camp, I want it to feel cozy. I want it to be very comfortable. Right now, I film on a couch, so it's just very like, I want someone just to feel like they're coming in and chatting with me. So I want this space to have that same feeling. I don't want it super stuffy or like overly professional. I want it, very comfortable and just approachable.
Yeah, an office space that doesn't feel too officey, too formal.
Yes.
Like it's a place where people can unbutton and just be themselves, and you're so good at that anyways. I think you could do it in any space.
Thank you.
But making this feel really cozy will be so important for that vibe of just keeping this a safe place for people to share their stories with you. And I think we're gonna make it the most perfect balance of home, but the place that is a place where you can conduct business.
Yes.
It's gonna be good.
I'm excited. I feel like it's a space that kind of has to do multiple things at once.
I'm so excited to make this a space for Hayley, by Hayley, for Hayley, a space just for you in your home. Having shared spaces with Bentley, with the girls, I feel like that's so special and great, but you deserve to have a space that is just yours. And I'm really excited to make that come to life. Guys, I'm gonna do this with my best friend. I'm so excited.
Dream come true, honestly.
And you get to meet her. You're lucky. Every one of you should feel very lucky. All right, I always film a before of my rooms. Will you do one with me?
Of course.
Okay, let's do it. All right, we're gonna walk in the room and just be like, what? This room looks so boring.
I need to flex my theater skills.
Yeah, really theatrical, really, you could cry, you could.
I was in plays in middle
could.
school, so.
In the lead, Okay. I think I'm gonna be pretty chill with it. I think I'm gonna be like,
we're not gonna be disgusted.
we're just discussing theatrics.
We're not gonna be disgusted, we're just gonna be like,
I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna drop to my knees, 3, 5, 6. Okay, here we go.
All right, I'm ready.
We can do better than this.
That's it. All right, now that we've got that, let's get to work. We're kicking you out of here. Let's go. For Hayley's podcast studio, I'm going full on mid-century artistic vibes. I want to create a space that feels creative, flexible, and visually interesting on camera. First, I'll paint the walls with a soft neutral tone to create a clean backdrop. That will brighten the space and give us a strong foundation. Next, I'm going to install a ceiling track that runs wall to wall so we can hang interchangeable curtains. This will allow Hayley to easily swap out colors, textures, and patterns depending on the season of her podcast or the mood of a specific episode. It's a simple change that completely transforms the background on camera. Then I'll design a gallery wall that features a mix of cool prints, and I definitely want to include photography from her husband since he's an artist too. Finally, I'll bring in warm mid-century inspired furniture and cozy seating so the room feels comfy and full of energy when she hosts a guest on her show. The end result will be a podcast studio that feels stylish, personal, and adaptable. A creative space that can evolve along with Hayley's show, Girls Camp. Okay, we're about to go into Hayley's, and I wanted to show you some things in my tool bag for today. Paint is a big part of this project, so I have some Wooster rollers, and I have a hammer and nails for our gallery wall, and a tape measure so we can make sure everything is spaced out perfectly, and I'm excited to go tackle this project. First things first, we're going to paint the room with a fresh Swiss coffee to bring the space to life. Painting an entire room by yourself can feel like an intimidating project, but that's why I rely on the best materials to get the job done quickly and seamlessly. This is one of my favorite rollers. This is the Wooster Pro Doozy. It provides such seamless coverage and gets the job done quick. Another reason I love this roller is it can be used with all types of paint. I just finished a project where I was staining and I used the same brush and it worked great. I am notorious for doing paint projects without taping because I love cutting into angles like this. The Wooster shortcut brush makes it so seamless and easy to go ahead and just make those cuts. It's perfect. As Hayley mentioned, she has zero renovation experience, but that's okay. That's where I come in, but I'm going to need her help kicking things off. And while my friends at the Hive are painting, I have a little project to prep with Hayley. So for one wall in the office, I think it would be amazing to do a big gallery wall, and I had you grab a bunch of meaningful pictures and things, and I just want to go through them with you.
I can't wait. I only pulled from Bentley's film photography. So my husband Bentley, who you know, he shoots a lot of film, and we've been actually wanting to use his film photos, so this was the perfect opportunity, and I'm excited to show you these.
I cannot with these girls.
I tried to not do all of them of the girls, but we did get
No, how do
some
you
of the
not?
girls.
Oh my gosh,
The
their
20s. I did extra, so we'll have to decide like what looks good with what.
Yes.
But I did a lot of the girls, and
Oh my gosh, they're so special. I love this.
I love this one. On the beach. Is that not the
No,
cutest
with
thing?
the little braids in the wind.
Also did some of Bentley, so Bentley is represented on the wall. And then I printed out these, I thought these were so pretty for like, Bentley travels a lot for work, so these are photos he's taken like from the plane.
Oh my gosh.
Which I think is really special. Look how gorgeous that one is.
Yeah, the colors in this are fantastic.
Really, really
this one is so pretty, that bokeh.
That one. I did some.
I love this.
I thought these could be nice, maybe as like a pairing situation.
Yes. I love that you printed out some that are black and white, and then some with lots of color, because I think mixing those is gonna be so
Okay,
special.
good. I was hoping so. I did
Yes.
just like, I mean, this black and white, look at this one. Unreal.
Okay,
we've got a llama.
with the llama moment.
Isn't that cute?
Yeah, this is adorable.
I actually am really excited about this piece.
Urban Outfitter would sell this.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Well, it's really nice because Bentley does travel so much for work, so I'm not usually with him. So it feels like really fun to bring his stuff like into my space in this way.
Totally.
And then have like the family stuff. And then there's some obviously of me as well, which is fun. So
This will be so fun. I feel like we should just get the frames out of here and start like aligning them in ways that we think would look really pretty, and then filling up the frames. I do think you should possibly start picking out your ultimate favorites. Like, in no world can this not be on my wall. We'll start with those as the base and then start filling in.
Love. Okay, love.
Whenever I'm building collages like this, I think it's so much easier to make all of your mistakes now before the nails are in the wall. So I like to lay it out on the floor, make sure it's perfect before I put anything on the wall. All right, I think I've got it from here. I'm gonna have your favorites in the collage, and you gotta get out of here.
All right, I'm leaving it in good hands.
I'm excited.
I'm lucky to have Ellie, a designer and a friend, to help shape this along the way.
One of my favorite things as a designer to utilize in a space is a gallery wall. To me, they can be incredibly impactful, and you can even utilize, family photos and mementos that are important to the family and make it a special moment. But it's such an affordable way to fill a wall with art that you love without having to break the bank. And it's such an interesting thing for people to come in and look at. People are always asking about them. They're curious about where you got the art. And there are so many ways to do it cost effectively. You can get free downloadable art online. You can use family photos, or you can get amazing custom prints from local artists. In this day, when we're taking photos nonstop on our phones, it's really easy to just have 3,000 photos that you never look back on and review. And this is such a special way to be able to access your photos and look at them and remember them all the time. You can use family photos, you can use just funny portraits, pictures you took at the flower market. It's a really good way to actually remember your moments and not just leave them in the clouds somewhere.
We wanted to have this wall be a moment full of fabric. I'm really into fabric drenching right now. There's nothing that says show business quite like a velvet curtain. I think this is gonna be so beautiful, and someone on set just pointed out it's also gonna absorb sound, which is even better for podcasting. All right. So you want it to be as low as possible. From your belly button is the best place. So even though it might feel more natural to hang this up and center, I am going to do it as low as possible and then build it out from there. So I'm gonna throw my first nail in here about center, and we'll just start building the gallery. Okay.
So like we were talking about, it's really important when you do a gallery wall, you really either want to pick something that is perfectly gridded, something like a family photo gallery wall is really good with a grid. But something like this where you're using eclectic prints, we've decided to go more of a natural, just kind of, I threw this art up just the other day, This is just my collection here. You really want it to have that collected aesthetic, and that's what we're going for. So we're gonna keep working on this, and we'll show you later.
When Hayley called me, she really needed a space she could escape to get her work done and her podcast recorded. Now, her days of kicking her family out the living room are no more.
All right, we just finished. I'm gonna go grab her. She's going to love it.
Oh my gosh! Are you okay? Are you okay?
Yeah, guys, I'm embarrassed. Pretend it didn't happen. I feel like a YouTuber. We're here.
I'm so excited.
Are you ready for this?
I'm ready for this.
Okay, I think I'll say 1, 2, 3. Open your eyes.
Okay.
This is really cute.
I'm
I'm excited.
Can't wait to see.
Okay, 1, not even 2 yet. 2, 3.
Oh my gosh. I actually cannot believe this.
A place for you to edit and be in your own little space.
No, I'm gonna cry. This is so perfect. I need this so much.
Also, these were making me cry. All of these memories of you. No, this picture.
And a place to put these.
No, this whole
Kylie.
pile.
The way it's so perfect. It completely transformed the entire room.
What do you think of this as the back? I think it's so
So gorgeous.
cute, huh?
So gorgeous. Completely transformed the room too, to have that. Oh my gosh, I haven't even looked at this. Oh my gosh, my books. Oh, it's so perfect. Thank you.
You're so welcome.
I love it so much. Thank
Oh,
you.
I'm so happy you like it. I'm so glad you'll have a space to just be able to come and retreat and be able to work and have your own Hayley moment, like in the house. This is just yours.
No, I literally was just editing and I'm like, I need a desk to edit on.
It's gonna
and
be
it's
so nice.
like to be inspired in my space, and there's so many little elements that just feel like me. Thank you.
Oh, I'm so glad you feel that way. So just a couple things that we had to add. We added a Roman shade. When we were working here, we noticed there are different times of the day where the light gets so bright. And when you're filming, we want you to be able to control that. So that is a light filtering curtain that you can use as you need.
And so pretty too. Like,
I
it
know,
looks
isn't it
amazing.
cute?
Yes, it
Fits
looks amazing.
perfect. And then I love this light. And as we were walking around your home, we all kept noticing how many of that
Yes.
light you have.
Yes.
So I feel like it flows so well with the rest of your house.
Love. And it's so big. I love how big it is.
I know,
so
isn't it fun?
Yeah.
If you're ever wearing a hat, be careful. Everyone wearing
no
hats
tall
was like,
hats.
wait. It was, yeah, but it is,
No
it's
top
such a
hats
moment.
in this room.
And then another one of my favorite things we did was the gallery wall. You have so many special memories that you've collected with Bentley and the girls. And I love that there is that little piece of them in here with you, even though this is your space.
Love that so much, and love this so much.
I know!
Can we talk about that? That's
It's so
such a good
perfect.
print.
It's so you. I'm so glad you love the statement wall of curtains. I think it is it just feels like a podcast. It's like your stage.
Yes.
And you can change them out. So if you ever get sick of the green, you can change them out for any color.
That's so nice. Because did you just build a track on there that they can, okay, so you can just put different curtains up.
Yes, the track is on the ceiling,
that.
so it will always
Cool.
be all the way up when you're
Cool.
filming. It will look like you're drenched in fabric.
Yeah.
But you can just change them out with those little clasps and make it any color you want.
That's so fun. Fun to be able to
It's so
change
fun.
it. This is so huge for me because this room was doing literally nothing for me before. Like, literally just dumped stuff in here. So to have this be such a functional space, to upgrade my podcast, and to have this desk that I can work at, like, this is truly so massive for me.
I'm so
Thank
glad.
you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I'm so glad.
You're a magician also. This is insane.
It was the team. It was the team. And I'm so glad you have a new setup for your podcast guests. You want to try out the chairs?
Let's try it out.
Let's try 'em out. This room just feels like your own show, and I love that.
It does. And you were just talking about this lighting. I feel like for guests too, like when I have guests come onto my podcast, having them like come to this space just feels so nice. And it feels so much more like, again, just to be able to shut the door and be like, this is the dedicated space for this. I feel like it's just gonna make guests feel even more comfortable. And when I'm solo podcasting, like, this can just be my little world in here. It's perfect.
Oh, that makes me so happy. I also feel like we have a huge closet in here because this was a guest bedroom. It would be so fun to have like your podcasting wardrobe in there.
Love.
So this is like your show. This is your set.
Yes.
And then you have your wardrobe station.
Yes.
Maybe we get a little mirror for a makeup station.
Yes.
Like, it's so cute to just think of this as like the Hayley show.
Yes, like as I'm getting ready, have those options. I just want to sleep in here and stay in here forever.
You could.
These are so comfortable
No,
too.
I just said I might be doing labor and delivery here.
Come
Because
on
wait, this is a good vibe for
in.
birth.
No, they're so comfortable and
It's a birthing suite now. You're actually a doula.
honestly multifunctional.
Yeah, it's perfect.
I always sit cross-legged when I record my podcast.
You
and that was
do.
like something actually really important to me is to be able to sit cross-legged, but I wanted it to feel elevated. So to have these is like still capturing this kind of casual, comfortable vibe I had before, but just more elevated and just looks better. So this could not be more perfect.
It really is so perfect. Now I'm picturing like a clip from your podcast, and you are so cute. You're always cross-legged.
Always
I never
cross-legged.
noticed.
Yeah, it's how I roll.
I think that it's perfect because it feels very Hayley, but it flows with the rest of your home that you've created with Bentley and the girls. And I know that that was important to make sure that this still made sense with the rest of your house. And I think it does just that.
Yeah, it fits right in while having these like reflections of me and the things I care about. And that makes it so special.
Oh, well, thanks for coming on my show. I really appreciate you being a part of DIY House Call with Kylie Katich.
Thank you so much for having me. And I appreciate you coming on girls camp. And hey, maybe we'll have to do this again sometime.
Maybe we do round 2.
Maybe we'll have to do round 2 of an interview with you on girls camp in the new setup. What do you say?
Stay tuned. All right. When we first went in here, we filmed a quick before. Let's film the after now that it's done. We'll be quick with it. I just got to capture it.
We got this.
We got this.
Put our acting hats back on.
Exactly. Yeah, and now we're like, whoa.
Well pleased.
Yeah, we're pleased. This is it. Yeah, baby. That's it.
I am obsessed with Hayley's new podcast studio and can't wait for her new episodes. But enough chit chat for now. I'm getting another house call.